Hello, everybody. We are joined by Loud, who are coming off of their victory against FNATIC. We'll begin with some pre-submitted questions and then move on to the remote and on-site media. The first question is coming for Les from the Valorant competitive community. Before this tournament, many considered Alfayer the best Sentinel in the world. By beating FNATIC twice at Champions, do you believe you've proven yourself as the best in your role? How do you think you and Alfayer differ in terms of playstyle?
A primeira pergunta vai para o Les. Desse torneio, você considerava o Alpha como o melhor sentinela do mundo. E agora, depois de você derrotar o time da Fnatic duas vezes, você acredita que você se considera o melhor da sua posição? E como você acha que você e o Alfajor se diferem em termos de estilo de jogo?
Não, faz já. Cara, eu já falei uma vez em entrevista, mas não tem nada disso na minha cabeça. Eu, sinceramente, não penso em nada em ser o melhor sentinela, ou melhor o quê, melhor isso. Porque, querendo ou não, a gente tá no meio do campeonato, não tenho nem tempo para pensar em ser melhor que alguém, só quero ganhar as partidas. E a diferença entre a minha gameplay com o Alfajer, acredito que eu seja um jogador um pouco mais agressivo, e ele é um jogador muito. Cara, ele acaba jogando mais em volta do time, sabe?
Você é o GOAT, mano.
As I mentioned before in other interviews, I try to not think about this. I believe that I don't have time to think about this kind of things during a championship. And regarding the play style, I would say our difference is that I tend to be a little bit more aggressive, and he plays more around the teams and the team needs.
Thank you. We'll go next to Aspas. Since you already faced the teams Loud can potentially play against for the rest of the tournament, can we know who do you think was the team that made your job as a duelist the hardest during the year?
Eu acho que entre a EG e a Paper Rex, o time que eu tive mais dificuldade de jogar contra foi a Paper Rex, se for dizer, por causa do estilo de jogo deles.
I think that if I had to choose between EG and Paper X, I would say that Paper X was the one that actually was the hardest because of their style of play.
Thank you. Fraud, we're coming to you next. This is from Chris at Spin Esports in Indonesia. It seems you guys always play well in rematches against the same team. What usually does the team do, especially for somebody like EG who's coming up next?
We treat rematches the same way we treat any match. We spend a lot of time practicing, and we also spend a lot of time reviewing our opponent, making sure that we understand what they like to do, how they like to play on most, if not all, maps. So I credit a lot of our success to the way that we practice and the way that we do it together as a team.
Thanks. We'll go next to Scott.
Oh, Scott Robertson from Dot Esports. Congratulations on your win today and your run so far this year. Question is for Coach Fraud. You guys have your match against Evil Geniuses tomorrow, team you've gone back and forth with all year. But for the first time, you guys will be playing a best of five. Do you guys think you have an advantage in the best of five series when it comes to map vetoes?
I mean, yes and no. I think we play similar styles, similar maps. Ultimately, we don't really have as much time to get ready for that game. So I was able to get some documents done in anticipation for our opponents. So we're just going to go back, study, and prepare the game plan as soon as we can so we can get some rest and be ready for the best of five tomorrow.
Do you feel like the advantage of coming off a win sort of negates the advantage of or the disadvantage of having less prep time?
Not too much. I mean, they played right before us, and they took a loss, their first one of the tournament. At the same time, they're a team with high confidence, and us, even though we took the first L very early in the tournament, we've been slowly gaining our confidence. So I think it's two teams that are really confident in their play style, teams that have matched up well throughout the season, So, we're just going to go back and do our work and make sure that we prepare the best way possible for our game.
Thank you.
Boa noite, meu nome é Raquel, sou do Mais Esportes. A minha pergunta vai para o Freud ou para o Sadak. Vocês venceram a split, né, da Paper X, e eu queria saber se vocês se surpreenderam com o pique da FNATIC para split.
Acho que não, né?
Não. Achava que eles iam ficar.
A gente realmente tinha uma boa predição de que eles queriam jogar, porque depois do último confronto a gente imaginou que não queriam jogar Lotus e não tinha muita coisa para picar. Eu, sinceramente, achei que iam pegar Bind.
No,
Não, você falou que eles...
no, cada vez que enfrentamos un time hacemos como un draft o posibilidades de diferente sí, análisis y Split era la primera mapa en nuestra mente que iban a picar él. So, en diferente mundo puede ser otra mapa, mas eso era la primera mapa que pensamos que iban a escoger.
Obrigada.
So this question was either for Sadak or Fraud. You guys won PaperX at Split, and we want to know if it was a surprise for you guys with the choice of Split for PaperX. And Sadak said, I think no. Overall, we had a good prediction of what they would be able to choose. And also, Fraud complimented that every time we tried to do an analysis of possibilities for us, even though it wasn't perhaps a different thought than most of other people, we believe that they would choose Split.
Thanks. We'll go to Elevated next.
Donnie, also known as Elevated from Ascend Esports Club. And this question is for Aspas. I've noticed that over the last couple of years, you seem to have these very big kind of carry performances in elimination matches or map threes. And I was just curious if there's anything in particular that sort of gets you up for these big games and allows you to perform consistently at such a high level.
If I would say something, maybe it's the fact that when I'm playing against a strong team, I get more hyped up. But against all teams, I already get this hype feeling. But when it's like a third match against a team that it's FNATIC, I was like, okay, I want to play one more map. We were playing still on the second map, but I was like, I want to play the third map. So if we lose the second map, I'm going with my best to the third as well.
So he trolled the second one, actually.
Yeah, so I can play one more.
Falando inglês, que legal.
Thanks. We'll go to the question in the room.
Hello, I'm Hassan from True Gaming. Congrats to the victory today. Well played. My question is for Fraud. What is the secret to keeping the team fighting back and winning matches?
I don't really know if there's some sort of secret. We're just a team, very passionate players. We practice very hard, so we trust each other. We operate more like a family than a team. So I think that, just whether we win or we lose, we're in it together. So I think it's just kind of the overall culture that we have built as a team together that kind of keeps us believing that regardless of losses, wins, outside noise, we're just focused on each other and the next match ahead.
Thank you.
We'll go next to Razor.
Hi, this is a question from the Valorant competitive community to Sadak and the rest of the team. We saw a very convincing map 1 on Split, despite it being Fnatic's map pick. You completely bested them, ending their 8-win streak on the map. What do you think was the biggest change you made as a team to accomplish this feat?
I think we were really confident on Split, even though our first Split was kind of meh. I think we're feeling really, really confident on that map. And I think on the second one, we struggled a little bit because we didn't adapt properly, I would say. On the third one, it was pretty much, we love Heaven. We know how to call in Heaven. We know how to play Heaven. So we're feeling pretty confident. I think I'm speaking in behalf of my team. They would agree. Yes.
Yes, Captain.
Yes.
We'll go to Brandon next.
Hi, Brandon with esports.gg. I'll ask this to Kawanzine and Tui's. At the beginning of the year, there's a lot of talk of the shoes you guys had to fill with Sassy and Pancata, coming from that championship team. Safe to say you guys did fill those shoes. So I'd just like to ask you both how you feel you've grown, from the beginning of the year till now, just a couple wins away from, winning the championship. Just tell me what your experience has been like, coming from being a rookie to being on the championship stage.
This next question is for Kawan and Tui is
Português.
Desculpa.
Relaxa.
Essa próxima pergunta para o Tui e Kawan. No início falava-se muito do lugar que vocês teriam que substituir dos outros 2 jogadores que foram para o outro time. E a gente queria saber o que vocês acham qual foi o ponto que vocês cresceram, como foi esse crescimento de vocês, e dizer sobre como está sendo a performance de vocês.
Posso falar?
Não, zoeira, fala aí.
Beleza. Cara, basicamente a gente tá o ano inteiro evoluindo, sabe? Aprendendo muito nos treinos, aprendendo com os moleques. E é isso, a gente tá evoluindo bastante. E eu tô muito feliz com a nossa performance, principalmente minha do Twist. É isso.
Acho que eu e ele nunca pensamos nesse bagulho de substituir. A gente pensamos em fazer o nosso e crescer, ter a nossa identidade. E principalmente todo mundo do time ajudou nós a encontrar a própria personalidade de jogo. E eu também tô muito feliz por a gente estar evoluindo e mostrando o nosso jogo, sabe? É isso.
É isso.
So Kalanzin said that basically we were evolving a lot through the whole year, learning from not only training but also like from each other. And overall, I'm very happy with the performance that we are doing. And Tuis added that I believe that me and Kalanzin, we never thought about this substitution thing. We were always trying to think about growing ourselves and our own identity. And I'm very happy that all my teammates helped us to find like our identity, and I'm very happy with our performance so far. Thank you.
My name is Elisa from the Spike.gg. Congratulations. This is a question for Aspas. We have a big Japanese audience as well, and I was just curious, is there a specific reason why you play in Japanese?
I'm playing Japanese because I'm doing Japanese lessons. So I think playing the game with the language, it can help me improve faster in the Japanese lessons.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Arigato, né?
Arigatou gozaimasu.
Show us some of that practice.
Pedro?
Yes, hi guys. Pedro Menoblix GG. First off, congrats on the victory tonight. I got a question for Sadak. It's interesting looking at the team's turnaround from Masters Tokyo to now, and in doing so, I'm reminded of a content piece you did with Doug and Noswer about how you view the identity of the team. And so that said, going from Masters Tokyo, in which you guys crashed out in the playoffs, to now, and having seen the growth, having seen the growth to reach top 3, how would you define the current identity of the team?
I think identity is kind of hard to pinpoint, but I would say like we're just really having fun, you know, just enjoying the moment. I would say that's our identity, because we're not really thinking of, oh, we are top 3. Oh my God, I'm gonna face this team. I'm gonna face that team. We're just okay. Let's play, guys. Let's just enjoy ourselves. Let's just have fun. Let's just have a good time and shoot some faces. You know. I think that would be our identity if I have to say. But other than that, yeah, it's basic. It's pretty much it. Yeah.
Thank you.
Eu de novo. Agora a minha pergunta vai para o Tuís. Eu não sei se agora aqui eles passam o vídeo ainda, né, igual fizeram nas outras coletivas, mas na Heaven você ganhou um clutch e você falou ali. Eu queria saber o que você falou e o que você pensou assim quando você conseguiu esse clutch, e todo mundo aqui, a torcida que estava aqui no stage, todo mundo vibrou muito por você.
Pô, tipo, na hora do clutch, normalmente é difícil você pensar e você só vai agindo no feeling, sabe? E ali, pô, fui trocando tiro e deu certo, graças a Deus. Depois rolou uns xingamentos, obviamente, no calor do momento, né? Xingamentos tristes, mas foi no calor do momento ali e fiquei muito feliz de fazer o clutch, porque foi um round importante. Sabe?
Sinistro.
Obrigada.
Muito sinistro.
This question was for Tuis. I don't know if they're gonna be showcasing the videos like in the prior like press conference, but at Haven you won a clutch and you seem to have said something. We would like to know what was it and what were your thoughts while you did that. All the fans were cheering for you. And Tuis basically said at the time that the clutch is very hard to like think properly, and sometimes you go through feelings, and it ended up that I had some swear words here and there, but it was all at the heat of the moment.
Go ahead, Pedro.
Pedro Mero, once again, I got a question for Fraud. Given that, you know, your next opponent is going to be Evil Geniuses, I want to know what's been your observation of the team, having watched them, you know, earlier in the day. So how have you viewed the team's performance, you know, And also, how do you match up against them at this current moment in time with the team's form in account?
They're a team that throughout the year has gotten stronger and stronger. At the same time, I feel like we've been doing that as well. So it's going to be a clash of two teams that are playing at their peak, playing really confident, and have a pretty deep map pool. So I think it's going to be an interesting game. And we're going to do our best to study and prepare and show our best tomorrow.
Thank you.
We're going to take some questions from the remote media. We'll start with Gabriel Oliveira.
Thank you. Boa noite. Minha pergunta é para o Frod. Eu queria que você falasse um pouco sobre os Pistols, né? Que vocês têm vencido bastante, têm ganhado vantagem nos primeiros rounds. Como que você avalia, qual você avalia que tem sido o peso desses Pistol Rounds nas vitórias de vocês? E você, no ano passado, quando entrou, né, na campanha aí da Loud campeã, foi algo que você se dedicou, né, na questão dos Pistols. É algo que vocês ainda focam bastante agora nessa campanha, que vocês continuam trabalhando muito para justamente abrir essa vantagem? Obrigado.
Sí, 100%. Bueno, es una cosa que para nosotros es muy importante para hablar. Es uno de los tópicos más importantes de nuestro team, falando de los Pistols, los bonus, cosas así. So para mí, es una cosa que muchas veces son un sentimiento que tengo sobre una situación, como el otro team va a jugar, como nos podemos jugar de una manera contra eso. Mas nunca sabe. Y honestamente, muchas veces los jugadores están amasando. So, unas veces puedo hablar cualquier pistol y va a ganar porque los moleques están amasando. So, un poco suerte también.
So first of all, good night. My question is for Fraud. I would like you to talk about some pistols. You guys seems to be winning a lot of pistols and getting certain advantage over it. And to say, what's your evaluation regarding those pistols? And when you enter the champion round of Formula One, you seem to have dedicated a lot of time on it. So is this something that you guys still focus on the training nowadays? And Fraud said that yes, 100%. I consider this one of the most important things. Talking about bonus that we can get and about the pistols on how to win it. For me, it's a lot about the feeling on how I see that the other team can actually play and how we can adapt and perform against it. But we never know, like, and many times the guys are just like crashing. So overall, it's not like a specific thing, and it's about them doing well and sometimes a bit of luck as well.
Thank you. Sadak, get ready. We'll start with Selección de Campeón Latam.
Buenas noches, Sadak, hola.
Buenas noches, buenas noches.
Saludándolos a todos, primero felicitándolos por la victoria de hoy. Me gustaría saber si de pronto crees que el formato del torneo les ha complicado o los perjudica de tal manera que tienen muchas partidas seguidas al tener muy poco tiempo de preparación, o crees que esto los fortalece?
Mira, creo que no es normal tener tantos juegos uno atrás del otro, ¿viste? Realmente creo que ya no es una prueba de quién tiene la mejor táctica, quién tiene la mejor diferencia de mira. Parece que es una prueba más de resistencia este formato. Por lo menos lo sentimos así un poco. Porque ahora, por ejemplo, tenemos que ir para casa, tenemos que estudiar un poco y somos el primer juego mañana y tenemos que salir muy, muy temprano del hotel para venir acá. Entonces realmente es difícil. Perder es difícil. Pero por lo menos tenemos una segunda chance, ¿no? Entonces no es todo tan malo. Gracias a Dios estamos acá por eso, porque tenemos la segunda chance y al mismo tiempo que el formato nos castigue mucho, también nos da esta oportunidad.
Muchas gracias.
So this question was for Sadak. First of all, congratulations for the victory. I would like to know, what do you think about the format of this tournament that seems to be complicated? And we want to know if you believe it's the best, or it's some kind of like format that not only may punish you, or it's something that actually brings your strength And Sadak said, I don't think it's normal for us to have like many matches in a row like this. Would believe it's not exactly a proof of like who has the best tactics or aim, but this format, we overall feel that it's more about like resistance. For example, now we have to go back home and like prepare instantly for the next match. And of course, like losing sometimes is hard, but at least we end up having a second chance at the same time that the format tends to be kind of punishing.
We'll go next to Nicholas Rocha.
Okay, thank you. My question goes for Sadak. Hola, Matías.
Hola.
Bueno, hoy me voy por un lado más sentimental, porque mientras Les, Kawan y Tuis, Aspas también mataban a todo el mundo en Split, se te podía ver una reacción de orgullo muy bonita, muy grata y que denota que hay mucha conexión entre ustedes cinco y por eso están a un paso de estar en la gran final. Entonces, primero quiero que me cuentes más sobre su relación y una curiosidad, necesito saber qué se estaban escribiendo Aspas y Alfire en la guerra de peluches que tuvieron en Split.
Sí. Mira, creo que pasamos tanto tiempo juntos, entrenamos tantas horas, pasamos por momentos de felicidad, de tristeza, que se forma un vínculo de familia realmente. Entonces, ver que los chicos brillan, ver que entienden, que crecen, que todo lo que aprendieron lo consiguen hacer cuando el momento más lo precisa, es para dejar todos nosotros orgullosos, no solamente yo, Fro también, STK, ellos mismos. Entonces es muy lindo. Y Aspas con Alfayar, la verdad no tengo idea qué estaba pasando, está loco, Aspas está loco, Alfayar también está loco, les gustan los peluches y bueno, eso, no sé qué estava passando, era uma guerra.
Você quer que eu te falo?
Uma guerra de peluche, sim.
Ele tava me mostrando o panda, só que eu não tava enxergando, que eu não
Sim.
enxergo de longe.
Sim.
Aí eu tava tentando fazer mímica pra ele ele tentar entender que eu não tava enxergando. Só que aí não tava dando certo, aí eu adicionei ele no cliente de torneio, mandei mensagem pra ele, I can't see from fire. No glasses.
Básicamente estaba teniendo, Alfayar le mostró el panda, él mostró los cachorros, pero él no consigue ver de lejos. Así que lo tuve que adicionar amigos y explicarle que no conseguía ver de lejos. Esa fue la pelea que no fue pelea.
Okay, muchas gracias y parabéns pelo jogo.
Gracias.
So this question is for Sadak. Today, I'll go more towards the sentimental side because you see, we had like Les, Colin, and Tuis, and we could see that you had a reaction while they were playing that was really nice and full of gratitude. That seems to represent a good relationship that you have with them. We would like to know about this relationship, and we want to know what Aspas was talking about with Alphajet about the plushies. And Sadak said that overall, because all the time that we spend together, we go through a lot of happy moments and sad moments. We ended up becoming like a family, and it's really nice to see not only the growing, but like everybody's learning how we are interacting and how like they are evolving. Letting not only me but like STK and Proud like very proud. It's really nice. Regarding Aspas and AlphaJet, I don't know exactly what they were talking about. I believe they were just like crazy, like Aspas, like plushies, and AlphaJet seems to like that as well. And then Aspas like explained that seems like the AlphaJet was like showing the panda, but he couldn't see it. And he tried to mimic to explain that he couldn't see to AlphaJet, but seems like they had a misunderstanding that AlphaJet couldn't understand. So in the end, Aspas through the client type it to him saying like, oh yeah, I couldn't see the panda, and explaining everything.
Thank you. We'll go next to FD News.
Well, bueno, mi pregunta va para Mati, y obviamente lo mejor para el final.
Hola.
Bueno, primero de todo, ¿cómo te venís preparando mentalmente para la maratón que se te viene?
Es una buena pregunta. Durmiendo mucho, y mucho café cuando voy a jugar realmente, porque va a ser mañana va a ser una serie muy agotadora y si ganamos va a ser otra mejor de cinco, así que mucho descanso y mucho café.
Y, y segundo, como para finalizar, sí, en cierta forma, con lo que ya dijiste los otros días, más el resultado, y es como que se equilibraron las tornas con Fnatic.
Sí, creo que se desequilibraron igual un poco, porque de los tres juegos que tuvimos contra ellos ganamos dos, así que estamos a favor ahora. Pero sí, sí, creo que ganamos en un momento importante del torneo, así que se siente muy lindo.
Muchísimas gracias, loco, y buenas noches.
Gracias.
Quiero dormir.
So this question is for Sadak, and for like as for sure, I try to save the best for the end. First of all, how do you prepare mentally for the marathon that you guys have ahead? And Sadak said, like, yeah, it's indeed a good question. I would say sleeping a lot and perhaps a lot of coffee before playing. It for sure be an exhaustive series, so I believe that resting and coffee should be like plenty for us. And the other question was like to end up in certain way. Seems like there was some like different about the way that Fnatic reacted, seeing by the results that you guys had. And Sadak mentioned that I believe they got a little bit like shaken. And in the end, we had like our upper hand. So I think overall we are in a good moment of the tournament.
Okay, we're going to do two more questions. We'll go to Ricardo next from the remote media.
Boa noite, aqui é o Vaso do Valorant Zone. Minha pergunta vai para o Sadak. Eu queria saber dele o que os torcedores da Loud podem esperar da equipe amanhã.
Louco e sonhador, né, parceiro? Não tem muita coisa a falar. Louco e sonhador, que a gente vai dar nosso melhor, vamos nos divertir. É isso, apoia nós, que estamos jogando bem, graças a Deus, né? A gente finalmente estamos jogando bem. E é isso, estamos nos divertindo, então apoia nós.
Obrigado, boa sorte amanhã.
Tamo junto.
This question was for Sadak. We would like to know what Loud fans can expect from you for the next match. And Sadak say, beginning of it, like we're pretty much crazy and dreamers. So overall, there's a lot of things to say, but that's pretty much it. We're gonna be doing our best. We are playing well. Finally, we are playing well. So please keep supporting us. I'm sure we're gonna have fun.
And we'll close out with Razor.
Hi, this is a question for Sadak and Fraud from the Valorant competitive community. Compared to the beginning of the season, your performance on Split has become much more dominant. What were some key factors into this improvement in terms of preparation and mid-rounding?
I think we practiced Split a lot, actually. I think we understood the map even better throughout the year. Like, yeah, right?
Yeah, once the beginning of the year, we started off playing a little bit of the double duelist comp, and we kind of just had a simple approach, just rush.
Yeah.
Now that we've changed comp and started evolving how we've been playing it, finally doing some really good combo utility and proper retakes and stuff like that, I think that we've evolved to a new level on that map. But at the same time, we're always learning and trying to find new ways to improve on how we play any map. It just seems to be working out really well for us, especially on Split.
True.
Well, thank you.
Loud, thank you so much for taking the time to speak with us, and congratulations on your victory.
Thank you. Vai ser uma, duas, tá? 3, 2, 1.
Boa.
Parabéns. Good.